name is Bonnie Blue. She just recently broke the world record for having sex with the most men in 12 hours, which was over 1,000. And Bonnie Blue was actually recently banned from OnlyFans because this new stunt that she was going to do was so extreme. Which is funny to say that because you would think having sex with 1,000 men in 12 hours is extreme, but this was next level. Yeah. So she called the stunt the petting zoo. Essentially, she marketed it as she would be tied up inside of a large glass box. It would be a public event, so people could come and watch. They could come and participate. And by participate, she means do literally whatever you want to her. And that's what got her banned from OnlyFans because it was so extreme that they did not want to have that content on their platform. And so it ultimately got canceled. But we can see how her stunts have just grown over time and gotten more and more extreme and more dangerous. Speaking of, so Lily Phillips, she's another creator who's relatively young. Yeah. She became really popular about a year ago, I believe, for attempting to do 100 men in 12 hours. And in that same documentary with Lily Phillips, he asked her, is there a limit to the things that you do? And she says, yes, like I have morals and there's, I do have a limit on what I would do in these specific situations. For example, putting a bag over your head and suffocating was the example that she used. And he was like, well, what if someone offered you $1 million for that? And she said, quote, I would probably bend my morals for that. Yeah. One Australian creator was hospitalized after having sex with 583 men in 6 hours. Another performer needed surgery allegedly after doing a 50-man backdoor challenge. You could imagine what that is.
This is dangerous for, a lot of reasons. Obviously, these content creators that are experiencing actual physical harms. But then also, as we talked about earlier, it's this sensationalized content, this extreme content that's going to get the clicks, that's going to incentivize people to push to the level where they could be injured in these ways. And I think this is important to mention because everything we've noted so far, talking about content creators, could sound a lot like we're saying they're creating a problem. But realistically, OnlyFans exists because there are people who are demanding the supply that OnlyFans is creating. And without that demand, there would not be the need for this supply. There would not be people putting themselves in these situations where they're experiencing physical harms. And in this challenge with Bonnie Blue, 1,000 men participated in this. Some of these men were masked, hiding their identities because some of them are married, some of them are in relationships, some of them are, people that you may know. And this is something that we've given them kind of a pass to hide behind something and say, oh, this is crazy that this content creator would do that, but they wouldn't create it if someone wasn't there to push for this demand.
Yeah, so for the petting zoo activity that was canceled where she wanted to have 2,000 participants, allegedly, according to her, there were over 10,000 men who applied to be a part of that stunt. So exactly like you said, it's both the audience members who are willing to pay to watch that type of content that is harmful for the creators, and also the participants who are willing to be a part of that as well. And exactly like you said, when audiences and participants reward these types of really dangerous behaviors and stunts with clicks and with money, they are implicit in a system that is encouraging performers to harm themselves online for money.